Drakkenheim is no more. Struck by a falling star, the city bathed in eldritch fire on that woeful eve. The tumultuous aftermath brought chaos, families torn asunder, and a kingdom shattered. 15 years later, monsters stalk the haunted streets of Drakkenheim. Caught amidst rival factions struggling to rule the rubble, 3 unlikely partners venture forth into the crumbling city in search of riches, renown, and revenge.
Welcome to Drakkenheim. This is our weekly Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition game with the Dungeon Dudes. That's me, Dungeon Master Monty Martin.
And I'm Kelly McLaughlin, and I'm going to be playing Sebastian Crowe, the half-elf shadow sorcerer. And we're joined by our good friends...
Jill Denitis playing Veo Sjena, the Tabaxi Gloomstalker.
And Joe O'Gorman playing Pluto Jackson, the human battlemaster.
When last we left our heroes, they had completed their travels through the sewers underneath Drakkenheim, venturing in as one of the sole ways into the city through the walls. They clambered and crawled and trudged their way through the sewer system under the guidance of the Rat Prince. Coming upon a tribe of fish people in the sewers below, our heroes, Pluto, Sebastian, and Veo, were led forward to a great cistern, which Veo recognized was beneath the well beneath Slaughterstone Square, the old place of execution in the heyday of Drakkenheim. Fleeing in abject terror from the executioner, the mechanical construct that has survived the destruction of Drakkenheim and taken on a new and horrifying form, our heroes now find themselves at Market Square, the south end, right before the great clock tower of Drakkenheim. Slightly life-drained and somewhat exhausted.
Nightmares for weeks.
What do you do?
Well, Sebastian left things pretty intensely last game. He had been touched by a specter. It's kind of like touched by an angel, but far worse. And he was not doing too well, so he kind of curled up in a nearby wagon and took a nap to regain his senses and recover part of his soul.
Indeed. You are at the south end of the Market Square Plaza, one of the largest open areas in Drakkenheim. The Market Square is divided by a high series of buildings that form the vaults, the banks, and several of the guild halls that once controlled the commerce of Drakkenheim. And all around the Market Square Plaza are the ruins and remains of high townhouses with storefronts out in front of each. And scattered across the plaza in front of the clock tower are the remains of Drakkenheim's massive open-air market. The rows of stalls and canvas tents, knocked over pavilions, baskets, crates, wheelbarrows, carts, and corpses of those who could not flee the destruction of the city 15 years ago. It is like a snapshot, frozen in time. Yet, intermingled amongst the ruin of the Market Square are the scars of the battles that have been fought here in the intervening years. Scorch marks, bits of armor and weapons, fresher corpses, although again, because they don't rot, it's difficult to tell which corpses have been here for 15 years and which have been here for perhaps only 15 days. Several rats scurry about, and several crows hang above the square, picking over what remains they can.
Other crows.
Here, a thick mist hangs in the air. It is a silvery purple in color, and you breathe it into your lungs. It is the haze. You can feel the haze sapping your strength with every moment and every breath that you take. It has that slightly ozone-like smell to it, almost like a freshly struck lightning bolt, mixed with a little bit of ember and burning sound. Kind of makes your nose tingle on the inside as you breathe it in, and it sends a bit of a sharp pain once in a while down your throat if you inhale it too deeply. It's unpleasant, but looking up, you can see the great clock tower piercing through the fog that hangs over Market Square.
I take a few heavy breaths after the running, and then it burns, and I don't want to do it anymore.
I have one of those moments where I wake up from my nap and I feel worse. You know when you like have a nap and it's like not the right amount of nap, and you like wake up feeling even groggier than you did when you went to bed? Yeah, Sebastian's feeling that. I crawl out of the wagon that I was sleeping in, and I'm just like, ugh. It smells and tastes awful in this city. I don't remember it being this bad. Veo, how did you live in here for so long?
Well, you know, especially being so close to my home away from home, the clock tower, you know, being above there, it was above all this delirium, shiny mist. So I kind of got away from it, or had a spot where I could, until these darn harpies took over it.
I suppose we should reclaim that then.
Yeah, and I start to pace back and forth a little bit nervously. So, are you sure you want to face these harpies?
Are you sure you want to face these harpies?
Oh, the last time.
Wait.
I haven't met a harpy that I couldn't kill.
How many harpies have you met?
I have never met a harpy.
True.
Well, that's good too. No.
So are you having second thoughts? You brought us all the way through the sewers. We fought giant monsters down there.
You made me run.
Yeah, we outran an even bigger monster just to get here, and now you're having second thoughts.
It's just a previous fear I have, guys. All right,
Okay.
we can do this.
Okay.
What,
And
are
I trust that we can do it together, but it doesn't mean I'm not a little bit nervous about what's going to go down.
are you allergic to harpies?
I mean, yes. That's why I try not to get too close to them.
Mhm.
They're down, and dander makes me sneeze a little bit.
When I make them explode, I'll try to make sure I do it away from you.
That would be amazing.
How do you make them explode?
I just look at my sword and I'm like, I'll figure it out. I'll find a way.
Oh,
Life
you mean
finds a way.
exploding harpies would be worth the allergies, so I'd love to see that.
Well, you'll have to come up with a good plan for dealing with all those harpies that have taken over the tower. For it's a very imposing building. You remember the inside of it well, Veo. The clock tower stands almost 180 feet tall. And as you recall, the interior levels form about 5 galleries, each about 30 feet high, where they reach up to the top, one of the topmost levels, where the great bells of the clock tower once stood. Now, of course, above that, the machinery, and above that, the eyrie, where was once your sanctuary. The clock tower of Drakkenheim is one of the city's most ancient and well-loved structures, for this is no ordinary clock that tells time. The clock tells not only the time and the date and the year, but it tells the position of the material plane, the location of the spheres, and all the various planets, celestial bodies, and planes of existence, and their relationship to each other, all marked on this glorious stained glass and rotational clock face. It looks like several discs of interlocking glass in multiple different colors. And all across the clock face are gargoyles depicting angels, demons, devils, elemental creatures, the whole great wheel of the multiverse laid out and frozen in time. For the clock tower has not functioned in over 111 years, and it is frozen on that last day, the 11th day of Frostfall, the last time it it stopped working. The last time it was working, rather.
So in our lifetime, we've never seen this clock tower work.
Never. Its bells have never rung. After the clock tower stopped working, people said no one knew how to fix it, or no one had the wherewithal to fix it. And over time, the various cathedrals and churches all throughout Drakkenheim replaced the singular chorus of the clock tower with their ringing bells. The clock tower has been silent and largely abandoned for decades.
So you were driven out of here by a few harpies?
A few,
Like, what are we saying? Like 3, 5?
maybe more. I don't know how many have joined them since they drove me out, but there was a handful.
Do harpies lay eggs?
I don't know.
Are they an egg
That'd be good
laying?
breakfast, though.
Are they like?
I
or are
mean,
they
you're
one
the
of-
monster hunter. What-
I'm gonna consult my guidebook, and it's just like it's like inside my armor. I've just written harpies? Question mark.
Do they lay eggs? Question.
Writing
And
it
there's
down for
several
later.
strange drawings where you postulate how that might be possible.
And it's a harpy laying an egg, and then a harpy birthing a harpy, and I'm like, it's a conundrum.
Mm-hmm.
I researched
What could it
every-
be?
What's your verdict, Pluto?
Well, I guess I'm just gonna have to find out.
First question when we get in there: do you lay eggs?
and can we eat harpy eggs? I've got a taste for monster flesh.
I would eat the harpy eggs. That's all I'm saying. It's not a question of can you,
Big
just
old-
I
like
mean, you also
more will I.
the answer is dismembered and cooked up a fish person.
So the clock tower itself, as I said, it's 180 feet tall, and the front facade of it is a mechanical wonder of stained glass facades, circular plates that reveal the date, time, and the position of the planes and planets, and elegant carved gargoyles depicting the angels, the saints, demons, devils, and various creatures that inhabit the multiverse of the world. What will you do?
What plane is it stuck on? Just out of curiosity.
Do you have knowledge of the planes?
Yes. I took a lot of elective courses, as you know, like masonry, and I studied celestial and infernal. They were it wasn't my choice, but my dad made me do it, and now I know them. Does that help my what I've come across?
It seems like the marker is stuck between two planes, between Pandemonium and Limbo.
Oh yeah, Panda and Lim, as I called them during my courses. During my
Do you tell us that?
You look up at the clock tower. You're like stuck between Panda and Lim, and we're like,
looks like it's
What?
looks like
What?
it's dark out.
what do I hear? I listen for sounds of harpies.
You hear very little at first, but then there seems to be almost like a chiming in the air and a soft humming, like someone is singing a lullaby or a ballad. It's actually rather soothing and comforting music to your ears.
Oh.
Yeah, it sounds really, really nice. It's really gorgeous. You can hear it more and more in your ears. Pluto, you as well, start to hear what another voice joining in. This ethereal, echoing, feminine voices singing on the wind, resonating from the clock tower. Veo, you hear it too.
Do you recognize these voices?
I've heard some singing before around here. wouldn't necessarily trust it.
I never trust singing.
I've never trusted a singer.
The music grows louder. You hear the singing very prominently. Singing in a strange language, but it almost feels like you're being lulled or lured into a sense of, this feels good. You can all make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh.
And I get disadvantage, right?
No, this is a saving throw, not an ability check, because you're still exhausted.
I am so exhausted. Ooh. 18.
18.
I'm going to give you one guess as what I got.
8.
18.
You got 18 as well?
Really?
Yeah.
Bing, bing, bing.
Okay. You feel this pull for a moment, drawing you towards the clock tower, but you shake your head. The music is still there. But whatever intoxicating elements that music was trying to hold over you, you all managed to shake off. What will you do?
I don't like this band. I'm going to go in.
Do you guys front door? Just
I'm going to lead, yeah.
kick open the door? Pluto Jackson
Is
style?
the door already kicked open?
Pluto should definitely go first.
The front of the clock tower is a short set of stairs leading to a large set of oaken doors, which are both closed.
Okay. Veo,
Oh dear. Crow huddle.
I promised you that I would help you retake your camp. Is it like
Hideout?
a tree fort?
Yeah.
Hideout?
Kind of.
Yeah.
Home base.
Home base. And that's what we're here to do. And I know you have your reservations, but we're going harpy killing today.
Yes.
We're harpy hunting. Harpy hunting.
What do you guys think? Is this a guns blazing scenario, or are we just gonna walk in there, say, "Hey, harpies," and then start shooting fire bolts and arrows, or are we gonna? Do we have a plan, or is that the plan?
My hope is that can harpies fly?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Well, I'm kind of screwed then. So we should find a way.
There's stairs.
I can throw my sword at them, right?
I can. Yes.
Trust me, they'll come after her to scratch your eyes out.
Okay.
They'll get close.
There. Then let's go.
Yeah,
I'm
it'll be
gonna-
a
Okay.
piece of cake.
Go through the front
We've
doors.
got your back, Pluto,
I'm
from
gonna try to
afar.
open these
piece of
oaken
feathery
doors.
cake.
All right, Pluto, you move up to the doors and push them open. There's a loud, echoing creak as the light spills in from the city into the hall beyond, which itself is well lit. You can see in the room is a beautiful marbled hall. There are several great pillars on each side of the clock tower that rise up into tiered galleries, climbing all the way up almost 120 feet before you can see high above the bells of the clock tower, but also bells well below, because as the light comes into this room, you can see a pile of rubble strewn across the floor of the ground level. The marble floor here, the mosaic is cracked deeply because two of the bells have crashed down to the floor long ago, and they're covered in a thick layer of dust. It seems that as they tumbled down, they collided with several of the gallery levels, and as you go up the tiers of the four galleries, they are parts of them are broken away where the church bells have crashed in to it.
Do I remember it being like this when I was here?
Yes.
Okay, the bells have been done.
Yeah. The bells were like this well before you were over here. And no one's cleaned up the rubble in the intervening period since. So the gallery inside are covered with painted frescoes, and each level, looking up, you can see that it starts out in the lower planes, and there are paintings on the walls depicting fiery infernos, demon faces, and various chaotic creatures. And as it rises all the way up to the top, the frescoes shift, featuring images of the mortal worlds and then high above, the heavens above.
We definitely need a new interior decorator in here. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it looks like whoever was in charge of keeping this place clean did a very poor job.
There is a set of stairs
So judgment.
leading up along the
So
side,
judgment.
and each level goes up by about 25-30 feet.
Well, Pluto, and I nudge you forward. After you.
Before you go in, I recommend maybe stay to the edges of the walls, because the harpies have a lot of space where they can come down. So let's not make it too easy for them.
Are we announcing our presence? I mean, we did just kind of creak open a large door. It made a lot of sound, didn't it?
It absolutely did.
They probably already know we're here, to be honest.
I walk forth into the main floor, and I look up and I see, I guess, everything that you just described.
Mm-hmm.
And I say, "Hello, my name's Sebastian Crowe, and we've come to reclaim this place."
As you stepped into the halls, you could still hear the music and the singing.
Yeah.
And as you say those words, it abruptly stops.
Don't stop on account of me. Continue singing. We're just here to talk.
Place yourselves in the clock tower.
I'm like slunk against the wall because I know as soon as you
we're
did
both
this, I'm
standing
like,
at the
"Oh,
doorway,
no."
and you just
I push past you
I hear,
guys.
hello.
Put me on the other side, right in the corner. Yeah.
Sebastian's, although he occasionally likes to be stealthy, if we've agreed to go in guns blazing, he's going to come in and make his presence known.
Is it well lit, you said?
Yeah.
Looking up, most of the light here is coming from the large stained glass windows in the upper tiers. And because the rest of the hall is made of marble, the light just reflects all through and down, illuminating the entire place. The only areas of shadow are caused by the pillars in the corner, and your vision is mostly obscured of the upper levels by the fact that you're looking all the way up at the gallery. So you can kind of see if there's anyone on the second level, but someone on the third or fourth gallery levels could easily be just laying down or even standing up, and you wouldn't be able to see them from the lower portions.
Is it like trying to look up at a balcony when you're standing underneath it?
Yeah, because each level each gallery level is basically a balcony.
Okay.
So that rings all the way around in each level.
My nose starts to run a little bit because I'm like, I can tell they're here.
Mm-hmm.
I can smell them.
Yes.
No, my nose is running. It's the allergies.
Can't smell anything.
And you can hear a voice come up from above that says, "The mangy cat's brought some friends with her this time." And another voice says, "Oh, she's brought us men, sisters. What should we do with them?" And a third voice comes and says, "What kind of fun could we have from them? Shall we tear them to pieces, throw them from the top of the belfry, or maybe we could keep them for a while and have some extra fun and torture them?"
All of the
You hear
above
this
options.
fluttering. And you see a fluttering wings and several feathers start to fall down from up above as voices call from one to the other in the gallery, saying, "What shall we do with them, sisters? The cat has brought us menfolk. Shall we tear them limb from limb, throw them off the top of the tower, or maybe keep them and strip the flesh from their bones?" And you see the fluttering and hear the fluttering of their wings as feathers fall down the tower from up above.
I reach up and I pluck one of the feathers, and I take a look at it. What's it look like?
It is a brown, black, and white coarse feather. And as you look upon it, these you can see a large figure collapse down on the balcony ahead of you. She has long limbs that are too thin to be human and slightly too long as well. They're slightly scaled at the edges of her arms and legs, and they end in bird-like talons as she perches on the edge of the balcony gallery. Looking forward, you can see her face is human-like, but her features are sharp and bird-like with almost a hook-like nose and large eyebrow ridges that form eyes that are just slightly too large. She is wearing what looks like a combination of leather armor and a woman's green dress. And she looks down at you, stares at the three of you, and says, "The cat's come back. We're going to make you pay for daring to come here again, cat."
Listen, this is my place first, so I brought reinforcements to help me out. Right, guys?
Yeah.
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 Another bird-like figure lands on the balcony to the north, looking down. She has a mane of black hair that hangs around her face. Her wings are completely black as well, aside from white tips on the edges, also with the bird-like claws. And then a third lands on the opposite side. It says, and they look at each other, they look back, they're kind of like, their heads kind of turn in that avian sort of manner. Very sharp, quick movements, and one of them, for a moment, she perks back up, and her head turns completely around, and then back down again. And you can see that she has almost owl-like features, like the mane and brown feathers around her head. And they look down at you, and they say almost in unison, and then in a singing voice, "We're going to tear you apart now."
That's no way to start a conversation.
But it is a great way to start a combat. Initiative.
Guys, my parlay didn't work. I don't like where I'm standing anymore.
Told you they're nasty
I
harpies.
thought that I could at least get a few words in, but no.
You did.
They're bird
Hello, I'm
brained. What do you
Sebastian Crowe.
expect?
And I'm here to reclaim.
We've come to reclaim this place. I thought
Sebastian, what you got?
17.
Veo?
21.
Pluto?
2.
Oh no.
It's okay, Pluto.
I just really like the music, and I'm enjoying the pageantry of
Okay.
the inner tower.
So, just so we can explain a few things, we're going to have to... This is a multi-tiered Dwarven Forge build, so we're going to have to explain a few things so that you can see what's happening.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
Just like the other ones, just like other arches.
Oh man.
There you go.
Uh-oh.
There you go. Perfect.
And where are they? They're perched.
One on each edge. We can use these ones. There's the third one. So you can see how the group of you can see how it rises up. I think we'll raise the camera up a little bit too, so our streamers can see it too. I hope that gives everyone a good view of what this looks like.
Oh man.
So
That's so cool.
yeah, so this is and this continues up 5 times total. So each level is about 30 feet over the next one. So the 3 harpies are up on the second level like that.
Is it a good view for
Yeah.
our...
And each of these arches are where the stained glass windows are. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a pretty cool view for up above. But this gives you an idea of what it looks like. What we'll do is we'll take off the upper level and we'll just put it to the side, because right now everyone's on the ground floor. Fantastic.
Oh, no.
That's okay.
We'll rebuild.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nuts.
The angel fell too.
Yeah.
Joe's got it.
Yeah. Joe will do the repairs for us.
With
'Cause
my
he's-
one initiative, I have plenty of time to repair the foundation.
Okay. So we go to the top. Veo, you've got 3 harpies, one on each balcony level.
Woo. All right.
What will you do?
I want to get to a semi-safe spot, so I am going to use my feline agility because I want to
Mhm.
be quick about it. I'm gonna race towards the stairs,
Okay.
and I'm gonna about halfway. I'm gonna aim towards the harpy that is directly across from me. So if I come over here, about halfway,
How far can you move?
I can move.
I've moved you 30.
30, 40, 80 feet right now.
So I've moved you 30, and then you're taking your shot.
Okay, and then I'm going to take my 2 shots with Dread Ambusher at this harpy.
Okay.
So, okay. So my first shot with my longbow. Okay. 15 to hit.
That is a solid shot. Even though she's
Yes.
above you and on the balcony, you managed to land a solid shot right in her side.
Amazing. So, let's take. $25 damage.
Yeah.
Sharpshooter, y'all.
Okay, so this is the owl-like harpy on the far side.
Yeah, she freaks me
So
out.
as you rush across, firing the shot, it goes right through her, and there's a gout of blood that sprays on the stained glass window behind her, and she is bloodied.
Aw, poor window. It's too beautiful to have harpy blood all over it. And then I get my second shot with my Dread Ambusher.
Don't shoot the window.
Shoot the harpy. And I get a 19 to hit.
The follow-up shot hits.
And that is a 19 damage.
Oh, man.
Yes.
So as she reels back, she plunges forward, and the second shot gets her right through the eye. And she collapses forward, falling 30 feet, and lands with a splat. Like a bird slamming against the front of a Mack truck on the stone floor of
Which
the-
one was it? The far?
Yeah.
This one?
Yeah, the opposite one.
And I feel just a
She is
little bit
very dead.
braver that, I killed a harpy all on my own, being so scared of them from before. And I take the rest of my movements to hide behind this, big column as much as I can away from, because I'm still scared of the other ones.
Okay.
Now that I've killed one of their sisters.
And you hear one of the harpies cry out, "Sarah, no!" And we move over to Sebastian.
Wrecked. Nice job.
Sebastian stares down the other two and then just kind of smiles and holds up his hand and says, "Lights out," and then snaps his finger, and he goes into a ball of darkness.
There you go.
Using 2 sorcery points so I can see within it.
Okay.
And then I move towards the middle-ish of the room.
So
But I
a
have good-
rippling field of darkness engulfs the center of the clock tower. It's your action to cast that. Would you like to do anything else this turn?
No, that's it.
Okay. There is a cavalcade of flying wings that sound from above as the two harpies on the upper balcony swoop down towards Veo.
Oh, well.
Veo, no.
Both of them swoop down from the upper levels and come right down over to attack Veo. And they say, "You killed our sister! We'll kill you! We'll tear you apart and make a coat out of you, cat!"
Oh no.
This is what I was afraid
And they
of.
lash at you with their claws. And the first one, she gets a critical hit and a 16 versus your AC.
I have a 15 AC.
Okay, so she comes down and rakes across your back as basically you come around the pillar, turn around, and she swoops down right behind you, takes her claw, slashes right down your back and across your spine, and you take 12 points of slashing damage. And then she grabs you by the back of the head and pulls you back, raking across, and you take another 6 slashing damage. And then her sister swoops down from the front and completely goes wide with her attack. So the first one basically is pulling pulling the head of your hair, pulling your hood back, and the second one swoops where your head was. So the first, it actually, by the way that she pulled and ripped at you, caused her sister's attacks to miss.
Oh.
But that's still a bunch of serious wounds.
There's some feline fighting going on over here.
Ooh.
They're playing dirty.
As they swoop down, you see, Pluto, there's more fluttering feathers coming down from above, and there's more screeching too. There's more than just these 3 harpies in this tower.
Uh-oh. We got company.
What will you do, Pluto?
I'm going to dash through the darkness, and I'm going to how far there?
Are you using the dash action?
Yeah,
You can get there.
I'm there. I get to there,
Okay.
and I'm gonna slam the harpy in the back with my shield, and I'm gonna drive her to the ground.
Alrighty, go for it.
24.
So you dash through the darkness, raise your shield up, and slam it in the back of the harpy, and she smashes against the wall, and a bit of the fresco and plaster crumbles off. Are you knocking her prone or pushing her?
I'm gonna
Okay,
knock
you
her prone.
Okay. She is knocked prone.
That's my turn.
We go to the top of the round with Veo.
All right. Well, I'm getting the heckadoodle out of there. So I cast as my bonus action Zephyr Strike,
Okay.
which gives me no opportunity attacks, and I'm going to.
Come to my darkness.
I'm actually going to run up the stairs.
Okay.
Ooh.
So we'll need an acrobatics check as you clamber over top of the knocked prone harpy.
Okay. 22.
Okay, so you leap over her and she's kind of struggling, but with Zephyr Strike, your increased speed, you manage to barrel up the stairs, which are quite steep, onto the second level.
Do it like a dog running up the stairs, or a cat. Like
Nice.
two.
That makes more sense.
Yeah, the cat makes
Like all 4 paws on the stairs. Ain't even taking any chances.
Nice.
As you rise up, you can spy there is a 4th harpy on the gallery, a 2nd level above.
And I can see them.
You can see her, yes.
All right.
You can still see down the stairs. You can still see the other 2 harpies as well.
I'm actually going to point down the stairs then and take a shot at the harpy that slashed me in the back.
Okay, so normally because she's prone, I give you disadvantage on the ranged attack, but because you're elevated and she's sprawled out on the ground, I'm going to say that it's just a regular shot, right? She's kind of laid out. She's struggling around to get to her feet, so we'll say the advantage of the high ground negates the disadvantage of the fact that she's prone.
And then with my Zephyr Strike, I do get advantage on one attack. Do you want me to
The advantage,
nay?
disadvantage
Okay,
cancel
cool.
each other out, yeah.
Cool, so I'll take my regular. And that's a 10.
It's a 10?
Yeah.
The bolt lands just between her wing and her head.
Ooh. Ooh.
Too much sprawling feathers for me to get. All right, that's my go.
Nice.
Sebastian, you're next.
All right. From within my darkness, I'm going to just going to cast a. This one's sprawled on the ground.
Mhm.
Can I see this one?
Yes, but she has cover.
What if I move?
If you move,
Like to...
you need to be on the other side of the pillar.
Okay.
Yep. So this rippling shroud of darkness.
Just moving around.
Yeah. I move over and I'm going to cast. Can I see the third one up above, or is it too high for me?
You can just make her out. I would give her +5 to her AC. She's almost got she's got 3/4 cover.
I'm going to cast Scorching Ray,
Okay.
and at first I'm going to target this one in front of me.
Sure.
Now I get advantage, and I also have Elven Accuracy.
Okay.
So the first one is a 20 something.
From the darkness comes a beam of fiery energy which strikes her in the back, and you can smell kind of like this burned chicken smell in the air.
Oh.
And I'm like, smells delicious.
And that is for 7 damage.
Okay.
I fire again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. 16.
That still strikes her.
Good. That is
There it is.
11.
There it is.
Okay.
Wow.
The 2 fiery rays strike her, sending scorched feathers flying through the air, but she's still standing.
I point one last finger at her
Zap.
and zap her.
Cook those chicken wings.
Anybody want some roast bird? I get 24.
24. That hits.
Oh, yeah.
9 more damage.
She is bloodied, but alive.
Oh,
No!
good. That's what I wanted.
Perfect.
And I slink away.
Okay. The harpies, reeling from the fiery rays that tore it through her feathers, the harpy that crit Veo beats her wings, sends herself aloft, and flies up to the second level, coming face to face with Veo again.
No!
And she flies up onto the level, flying right above Veo.
Which one was that?
That one right there that you shot. And as she does so, she slashes down at Veo and lands perching on the second level just in front of the stained glass window.
We can do something against this one.
Veo, she gets a 15 and a 21 against your AC.
Yeah, both hits.
Both hit. You take another 12 points of damage as she rakes her claws against you, and she says, "Your friends might burn me. You might have killed my sister, but I'm going to tear you apart. Awful mangy cat."
I'm hurting.
Oh no, oh no.
The second harpy leaps to her feet, spending half of her movement, and she takes the disengage action. And she flies right past you, Pluto, onto the balcony above.
So because I'm a sentinel,
Uh-oh.
I'm still gonna smoke her.
Okay.
14.
That hits, which actually stops her movement, doesn't it?
Yep.
So she flies above you, and you stab her in the thigh, and she trips and tumbles down to the ground. She's able to scurry to her feet, but she takes
11 damage. Stay down.
She's still down there. It's your turn, Pluto.
Skewered bird now.
So she flies up, and you pull her right back down to the ground, driving her down with your blade. What do you do?
I remove the blade and then I enter it in again. Getting 17 with my precision strike
That is a hit.
for 13 damage.
She's bloodied.
And I'm going to use my bonus action again. And with a 10,
That will miss.
a 10 strength. Or, yeah.
Yeah, that does not knock her prone.
Okay. So I start. I'm just like engaging with her with my shield.
Veo, you've got this mangy bird, vulture-like, fluttering in your face. She is just torn deep gashes in you. Bits of fur are in her claws.
Oh.
What are you gonna do?
So still, I have my Zephyr Strike going, and I still want to get away from her.
Okay.
So I'm gonna run back down the stairs. Like, obviously this was not the right route, and I want to get behind that pillar again.
Okay.
And
So you rush back down the stairs.
because I don't have enough movement to get
I'll
to you,
come to
because
you.
on my action I do want to take a potion.
Okay.
Good call.
So I just hear behind me
What do I
this
get
cat
behind you?
running up and down the stairs.
Oh, it's like
That's what
cats at
cats-
midnight, right?
Yeah, cats at midnight running up and down the stairs. They can't decide whether they want to be inside or outside. I just let you out.
What's happening behind me? What's happening?
You always get 10 back from a healing potion.
Oh, 10?
Yeah. Okay.
Yay.
Sebastian, we're over to you.
I am going to run so that Veo is in my darkness.
Thank you.
Actually, I don't know if Pluto is, but
We're in the
just leave it
darkness.
there.
We're in the darkness.
And I'm gonna blast the one that that I blasted before, but this time just with a firebolt.
Okay.
Really want that roast bird.
She is way up on the second level. You actually don't have line of sight.
No,
to
the
her
one
from here.
that
that was not the one that you shot before. That's the
Yeah,
one
that's
that
the one
that's
I've been
that
touching.
miniature's not in
Cook's
the
one
right
is up top.
place. She's
Okay.
supposed to be up top on the second.
There.
Yeah.
Okay.
You'd actually have to be up the stairs partway to see her.
Then
where
I will
she
shoot
is.
the one that Pluto is fighting.
Okay.
Haha.
Cook another chicken. Roast that duck.
17.
That hits.
And that is 4 damage.
Turkey giblets for dinner.
She's still kicking.
That's it for me.
Okay.
Harpies.
Some more harpies come fluttering down.
No.
This is why I was so afraid.
I have one more
So
over
many
here.
harpies.
I need them all.
Oh no. Oh, no.
Okay.
Don't worry, guys. This is fine.
So a fourth harpy dives down from above, and almost like a dive bomb attack comes to skewer Pluto. She gets 22 on her first claw attack and 18 on her second.
The second one misses.
So she comes down, rakes her claw across the front of you. You take 6 points of slashing damage. And as she does so, she then tries to fly back away, about 10 feet away.
I'm gonna hit her.
Okay. Go for it.
24.
You
for
got
10 damage.
Okay.
So I go, clever girl.
And as she says, and then as you pull her back, she turns to the wounded one and says, "Get out of here, sister!" And the other one that you've been fighting flies away now that your reaction's been used, and she dashes 80 feet back up into the air. And the other harpy, the first one, she flies right back up, and you can see 2 more harpies fly down, and they're both on the second level of the gallery. Those 2 harpies are up on the 3rd level. The first 2
So
wounded
I'll put
ones.
these.
Yeah.
I'll just leave
Yeah.
these here.
And these 2 are on the second level.
Yeah.
New fresh harpies, because the wounded are running away, and
That's our MO is just letting them get away all the time.
I mean they can fly, we can't.
Pluto, it's your turn.
They can fly. They can
I
fly.
can
They can fly. They can fly. This one can't, and I'm gonna make her pay for it. Oh, 10.
To hit?
Yeah.
That is a miss.
And that was with precision strike.
Oh, what a miserable attack. You make one of the clumsiest attacks as she flutters back, kind of like you're wrestling and struggling with her as her sister flew away. She stares at you with her bloodshot yellow eyes and cackles and screeches in your face.
It was because I was singing. I wasn't focused on my attack. But I'm still gonna smote her with my shield.
Smote.
Smote? She is smoten.
She is schmoted.
Give me 15.
That will hit.
Yeah, she be
So I'm gonna
schmoted.
knock her prone.
Okay,
So I miss with the attack, but
but you managed to pin her to the
slam
ground.
her down on the ground.
Cool. Okay, we go to the top of the round with Veo.
All right. So I see Pluto struggling with this harpy down. And do I see any of the other harpies?
The other harpies, you would need to come out from under here to see them. 2 of them are flying back up towards the top.
But I can't see them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm just going to take a shot at the harpy that Pluto has.
Okay.
Oh, I know, it's so hard to get it.
15.
That's a hit.
Yes. 19 damage.
19.
Sharpshooter.
Take a 19. No. She is very bloodied. As your shot clips through part of her wing, is sending feathers and blood spilling across the marble floor.
And I stay where I am.
Sebastian yells out to his 2 teammates, "If you guys could please group them together, it makes it much easier for me. With all this fluttering around, I'm having a really hard time." And then I shoot the one that Pluto's fighting with a firebolt. Because it's prone, I'm guessing it's just normal attack.
Mm-hmm.
22.
That hits.
Yeah, here we go.
4. Come on.
I'm holding it down while you guys pelt it.
For 3.
With-
3. You scorch her lightly, but she still lives.
She's got arrows
Singes
and
the feathers.
fire hitting her, and I'm just holding her down with my shield.
Mhm.
Kill it! Kill it!
Shoot her!
Back to the harpies.
Shoot her!
Doing a lot of Jurassic Park references.
Yeah.
Are they raptors now?
They're basically
The
flying.
raptors of the
More
sky.
screeching. Raptors of the sky. The next 2 harpies flutter down, and the 3 of them say, flutter down right in front of Pluto.
Hi.
The 3 of them all screaming out in unison, saying, and as the first one says,
Oh my
the first one that's been wounded, she says, "Regina, Gretchen, you need to help me. I need to get out of here." And they say, "Don't worry, Karen, we'll help you." You really gunked this one up, didn't you? You always need help from us. Typical.
Fetch isn't gonna happen.
And they fly down, and the 2 of them, both Gretchen and Regina, both rip into you, Pluto.
It's Regina.
Regina. She gets a 19 and a 21.
Both hit.
It's going to be 12 slashing damage. And Gretchen gets a crit and a 12.
I
Okay.
don't think you're in my desk.
So the 12 misses,
No.
but I think the crit hits.
Maybe fetch is happening.
For a big old 12 points of slashing damage. So Regina and Gretchen fly down from above.
I'm just getting mauled by.
And they maul you, and they're actually pulling you at your arms, like trying to rip you in half. And as they do so, Karen starts trying to like crawl away, and she tries to fly and disengage to get away.
So, did I already use my reaction?
No, you
This
haven't.
turn?
No, your reaction's reset.
Then I'm gonna. Oh, buddy, I'm swinging at Karen.
Okay,
She ain't getting away. 23
that hits.
for 10 damage.
So Regina and Gretchen fly down. They start ripping at you, and thinking you're distracted, Karen tries to get away, and you just kind of break out of the grip of Regina and Gretchen enough to take your sword and bisect Karen,
Yeah. Friggin' Karen.
carving her like a turkey.
Mom.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Wait, that's Pluto's line.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
We can edit it. We can get that in post.
Yeah, we can fix that.
We'll
one
fix it in
post.
post.
Who wants the dark meat? Is that a good one?
Me.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you can have it.
And the white meat.
all
And
the meat. He's want all the meat.
Okay.
And the wishbone.
And speaking of which, it is your turn, Pluto.
Being mauled by harpies wasn't on the itinerary, but
It
I'm like,
wasn't? Are you sure?
I go, I'm trying to think of another good Turkey or Jurassic Park line. So I'm just gonna hum na 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 na, and I crit miss.
Stop singing while fighting. I hear Pluto like swinging his sword, singing like theme songs, and I'm like, Pluto, focus.
It's the songs. It's they're getting in my head. I'm getting distracted.
All the music of the harpies. Yeah, all the harpies start humming the theme to Jurassic Park.
it's enlightening.
It's just too iconic.
Catchy.
And I'm going to use my bonus action this time to second wind
Okay.
and stand my ground against.
Stand
What
your
are
ground.
what are their names right now? The ones
Regina
surrounding
and
me?
Gretchen.
Regina and Gretchen.
Regina and Gretchen. Oh, nice. I got like 14 health back.
Okay. Sounds good. Go to the top with Veo.
Alright. And then since they're on the ground now, I take a shot at Gretchen.
None for Gretchen.
Gretchen! 15.
That is a hit. You come around the corner,
19 damage.
shoot Gretchen in the face for 19 damage, which leaves her bloodied.
Yeah. Getting your sweet.
Enjoy that makeup.
revenge.
We're all trying so hard for one-liners. It's tough, guys. It's tough.
Anything else, Veo?
No. I'm
Sebastian,
gonna stay
you're
in the
up.
darkness.
Sebastian is going to come around this side here. Yeah, that darkness is there.
I get
Mhm.
engulfed in darkness.
You get engulfed in darkness, and so do they. And then I yell, "My name's Sebastian Crowe, and I'm about to set you on fire."
Yeah.
Oh no! They both fail their dexterity. saving.
Good.
Does this flame like come in front of me? Like as
You
I'm...
can only feel it. You can't see it because he's
Oh.
walked out with the darkness.
Yeah, it just gets really, really warm
Toasty.
in front of you.
Hmm.
And also, they don't know, like, when I say I'm about to set them on fire, they're probably like, who said that?
They just feel a heavy gout of flame.
Ooh, that's good. 16 damage
That's
to
gross.
both of them.
Nice.
You hear this like whack noise.
I can see in the darkness. Or I guess all... No,
You can.
I can.
You've got a roast chicken dinner right in front of you.
Is this Gretchen?
Yeah. Yep.
Anybody order hot wings?
Oh, you were waiting for that. That was a good one. That was a good one.
That was
Came to
good.
me. It just came to me.
All the food puns.
Okay.
That's it for my turn.
All right. Seeing the darkness envelop,
Drum rolls. Drum rolls, baby.
That was good.
as darkness overtakes the area, Regina flies out into the air, and because you can't see in the darkness, you can't take your reaction to attack her.
I'm trying
Fair.
to help.
Fair.
Okay.
Tough
She
but
flies right back up out of the darkness, and the other harpies have fluttered up the stairs as well. I think you've killed 3 of them.
fair.
I think so.
Yeah.
Job well done. Not a scratch on me. How did you guys fare?
Pluto, what are you gonna do?
I'm going to pursue up the stairs. Wait, I'm in the darkness. Can I?
You can just smell the smell of burnt poultry.
Do I know? I know I didn't get a shot at her, but would I know that
you
she
felt
left?
and
Would I
heard
have
her
the-
fluttering away?
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna feel around in the dark like when you're looking for the light, and I'm gonna try to find the stairs.
You do. I'll say it costs you an extra 5 feet of movement.
Okay, and then I'm gonna start booking it up the stairs.
Okay, you do. As you rush your way up the stairs, you can see that the 3 wounded harpies have all taken to the highest level. The Regina is halfway up, but the other 2 harpies, it looks like they're up in the rafters with the bells. You can hear the sound of clanging chains. And as you look up, they might be fiddling with the chains that are holding some of the bells in place.
How far are they?
They're at the top of this section of the tower, which would be about 140 feet up.
Can you throw your sword 140 feet? I challenge ye.
I can dream. So and there's no one closer, right? The one that flew away from me got.
She's on the 3rd level up. Yeah.
I'm gonna use my whole movement to get up the stairs and onto the balcony, and I'm gonna as I look up, I'm gonna then go back against the wall.
Okay.
I'm gonna yell to my comrades in the darkness. Come on, we've got them on the run.
Okay.
Okay.
It's hunting season. It's turkey.
We understand you.
Okay.
Pluto.
Veo, you're up.
All right, I am going to. I'm going to use my feline agility and double my movement. So I'm going to go actually straight out into the center,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to look up with my bow.
Okay.
Do I see anyone?
In the center of the room itself.
Yep.
You do. You can see 2 of the harpies up in the rafters, way up above,
Okay. I'm going to aim at one of them. with
Straight
my
up.
longbow.
with your longbow.
Straight
Great.
up with my longbow.
So that's actually within the range of the bow.
Mhm.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Take the shot.
And I like my sharpshooter. I'm like eyes. And ooh, 6.
Your arrow sings straight up and hits one of the bells, and it goes twang and sends the whole bell sound reverberating through the entire area.
I missed. Okay, and then I run back where I was before.
Okay.
Back towards getting away.
Scaredy cat.
Yep, scaredy cat.
Sebastian, what are you going to do?
I head up the stairs.
Okay. That's your movement. Do you want to do anything with your regular action?
Am I able to see? Can I see any of the harpies?
You can see one of the harpies. That would be Regina. You'd be able to see her from here. Yep. She's only 80 feet up. So that
Okay.
is within range of firebolt.
I'm going to firebolt her
Okay.
with advantage.
Fireball.
I'm just blind. And we'll re-roll one of those. Elven accuracy. And 22.
That is a hit.
Nice.
And 8 damage
Nice.
on Regina George.
She is quite bloody, but it's still alive. Okay, the top of the round.
Looks like she's been hit by a bus.
Speaking of being hit by a large object, there's a large crack as one of the beams in the belfry cracks, and you hear this sound of a slinking chain as a chain comes falling all the way down to the middle of the building. And then there is a tumbling gong noise as one of the bells is detached from up above by the two harpies. And it comes crashing down, thong, 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 as it smashes into the side. They kind of, as it collapses, the two harpies try to swing it on the rope down towards the staircase where you're at. So I'm going to make an attack roll and see if they're able to aim this thing at you guys. It's coming towards you. I needed... Who's in the immediate vicinity of that staircase?
So I'm up at the top of the staircase.
Okay.
I guess I would be over on this side against the wall.
Okay. Sebastian and Pluto, both of you need to make dexterity saving throws as this giant, massive bell comes crashing down from above.
Good job.
Crash, smash. Sebastian, what'd you get?
20.
Pluto?
Can I invoke my shield master evasion?
Yes.
Ooh. I can use my shield to try to help not. Oh, it didn't help. It didn't help. I got like a 6.
Okay. So the two of you both have to dive out of the way, but you decided to take the brunt of it on your shield. The bell crashes into the balcony on this side, almost entirely annihilating the staircase. Sebastian, you leap out of the way, and you can move up to 10 feet in any direction. But Sebastian, you still take 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
Can I leap upwards and like grab?
If you want to do that, give me an acrobatics check. And if you fail, you'll have to make the saving throw against the damage again.
I'll just leap off. I'll just leap off the stairs.
Okay. So you leap off the stairs as the bell collides with it. Masonry debris go flying everywhere, and Pluto Jackson, you take 13 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ow.
And this staircase is destroyed.
It's basically rubble now. Yeah. You can just knock over all the pieces. Yeah.
All right.
There's a couple more bells up there still, you guys. Pluto, it's your turn. I'm going to say that you're also knocked prone.
How damaged are the stairs?
They're totaled.
Oh my god. So I'm separated now from these two.
Pluto, can you throw a rope down or something?
I'm going to stand up,
Okay.
and when Sebastian
And you can hear the harpies cackling up above.
yells for the rope, I'm going to do just that.
And you hear the harpy saying, "Keep an eye on the clock."
Actually, I'm going to stand up and would throwing down a rope and tying it off be my action?
Yes.
If I get hit by one more bell, I'm gonna just stand up and take a moment and drink a health potion.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're gonna lower the rope, hold on to the other end, and drink a healing potion.
Can I do that?
Yes, that's
Okay.
fine.
Okay.
Okay.
It's cool. It's one-handed.
Veo.
I'm gonna. Where's Regina?
She is currently 100 feet in the midair, so she's about halfway up.
Okay, but mid.
Yeah.
Like if I peek my head out. So I want to move.
The first two harpies, Morgan and Natasha, are way up in the belfry, messing with the bells.
I move 15 feet forward. And
Okay.
I see her moving towards the edge.
Yep.
Okay, and then I take a shot
At Regina.
at Regina.
Okay.
Are you in my darkness? Does she get advantage?
Sure.
Sweet.
Living in the
Okay.
darkness.
That is a 13.
That hits.
Yes.
Ba-ba-bam.
Okay. Regina! And that's a 17 damage.
Your arrow hits her right in the middle of the butt. And she comes tumbling down as her tail feathers are blown out completely and crashes and lands right on her head with a loud thwack.
Nice.
It's very messy.
And then I move 15 feet back behind because I ain't trusting those bells. And,
The bells.
sweet.
Sebastian, you're up.
Sebastian stands up and he says, "Stairs were a bad choice." And he also looks up at Pluto and says, "I'm not very good at climbing," and then ties the rope around him so that Pluto can pull him up. And then I look up. Can I see? Are they like they're in the rafters?
Yes, they are. If you want to tie the rope around yourself, you can tie it snugly with an action, or you can just kind of loop it around your arm lightly as your interaction.
I'll loop it around my arm. And
Rip your arm off.
and then don't pull my arm off.
Sorry. I'm sorry if I do.
I think I'm gonna. How high up are they? They're
140 feet.
nuts.
You need to be at least on the second level to be able to shoot them with firebolt.
Okay, I'm gonna just attempt to start shimmying up the rope.
Okay. The harpies. You can hear the two of them playing around with the bells. And there's some clanking and grinding and snapping noises. And you can there's like smaller bells and some bits of gears and chain that come falling down with some feathers. There's the tingling of the gears going down. And you can hear the two of them say, "There's another surprise coming for you."
Pluto, just like swing me over to like one of the.
Pluto, it's your turn.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm like hanging off the rope. I'm like, I don't know what to do. Put me somewhere.
I'm going to
Save me.
move backwards and pull Sebastian up to the edge, and
Bless you.
at the same time lower the visor on my helmet.
Okay. You pull him up. He's on the second level now.
And I'm gonna hide in the corner, so it would be that corner over there of the.
Okay.
As I pull him up.
It's just this ball of darkness.
Oh god!
Oh no.
I keep knocking.
Let's see if that lets you see the second level when I turn the camera like that. There we go.
I can't keep them alive.
Okay. So you're up on the second level, the two of you. That was Pluto's turn. Anything else, Pluto?
So he's up
Yeah.
confidently.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
Well,
In the same corner as you.
Okay.
Basically.
I'm gonna throw the rope back down.
Okay. Veo, you're up.
So the rope is there?
Yeah.
Okay.
sorry, it's a little dark in this corner.
Where's the rope? Is it near the bell?
It would be hanging down. Yeah, right there.
Right there? Okay. Oh, these bells. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna stay on the first floor, guys. You keep climbing. I'll get there eventually. I step out another 15 feet. Yeah. And can I see the harpies above?
You can.
Okay. I take
As
another
I said, they have
shot.
cover because of the bells, so they got +2 AC, but
Okay.
you can take the shot.
I'm taking the shot. Going for it. Let's see. 14.
That's a hit.
There it is.
All right. And that is 17 damage.
Morgan is slain by your shot. Shunk! And you hear her kind of collapse against one of the bells, and there's a bong! And then she falls all the way down to the bottom, and there's another meaty slap
And I
as her wings and feathers go flying
back.
everywhere.
15 feet.
I mean, this is working for you.
Yeah.
Don't stop.
Sebastian, you're up.
Oh yes.
You're also up.
Yeah. So now I'm going to move towards the staircase to the third level.
Okay.
On the other side, yeah.
And I'm going to look up. There's still one left up there.
There
right?
is. Yeah, it looks like she's going to make a break for it, actually.
Oh, web certainly doesn't have that sort of distance. But firebolt does, so I'm just going to shoot a firebolt at her.
Okay.
I get a 18
You got it.
for 7 more damage.
She survives with 2 hit points.
Ah!
The harpy allergies kicking in.
Okay. Natasha flutters out from the rafters, and you can hear a trapdoor slam shut as she flies above the bells.
We'll
step out of initiative now. What will you do?
I guess my darkness can go away.
So, I see the rope, but I also take out my grapple shot, and I'm like, no, might as well give this a try, see if it works.
I forgot you had that.
yes.
That would have been handy.
Is there any like exposed wood that I see on the second floor?
Yes, there's railings all around.
All right, and I take an aim shot at it, and I'm like, let's travel in style, and I shoot it and pull myself up to the second floor.
Okay.
So as I watch her, like on the other side, it's like, oh, I'm just standing there with holding this rope. Fine.
Yeah, we both forgot that you had that, and we're both like struggling to climb up these broken ruins, and you're just like flinging around.
Can I? Oh, question. Can I like bring somebody with me? Is it just my weight?
Just you. It's
Yeah.
just an...
Well, I wouldn't be able to take you guys up anyways. So
Fair.
Fair.
yeah.
Let's climb up to the 3rd level. Is there anything of interest on the 2nd level, or is this pretty much...
Standard.
You can see that the harpies have collected in each of the corners and alcoves here. There are collections of bone, bits of rotting meat, and they've been making nests. Several of the stained glass windows have had holes broken into them, and the harpies have been nesting in various spots in the galleries.
Any eggs?
Any eggs?
Any eggs?
Yes,
I take a harpy egg.
there are harpy eggs.
How big are they?
They are about the size of like 2 baseballs.
Are harpies...
And baseballs are a thing. Baseball is a thing in Drakkenheim. We established that. It's canon.
I pick up one of the harpy eggs. Are harpies inherently evil, or can I raise this?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
I'm gonna... How big is it? It's... Yeah, baseball size.
Size of 2
Yeah.
baseballs.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put it in my cloak pocket.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
With,
taking an
with
egg
a little
too.
with a little bit of nest in there as well.
Okay.
Yeah, to keep it warm.
I
just
take
gonna-
one in my pouch.
There's only 2 eggs.
Okay.
If you guys want them.
I'll
I mean,
take one.
I really want to research it.
I haven't
sorry,
decided
the-
whether
the-
we're gonna eat it and or
Yeah,
if we're
we
going to
should
raise
cook
it. So
it.
we're
They
just
will
gonna take
either
it
be
with us.
food or new pets. that
I
we
was
will
thinking
train.
as a barter. Like, we could
Yeah.
hold their young hostage. Is that evil?
Yeah.
Is that a little evil?
Kinda
Are we evil?
Am
I
I
would-
evil?
This is Drakkenheim.
No. It's,
Welcome to Drakkenheim.
It's the harpies that are wrong.
Good, evil. Just remember that evil spelled backwards is live, and we all want to do that.
I hear in my head, yeah, I can eat this harpy.
No. Use it for...
We're not sure
For-
yet.
Yeah,
So
we're
we-
going to keep them, though.
We
Use it
put
to
one in your
blackmail.
pocket, one in my
Yeah.
pouch.
All
that I
right.
have.
Well, now that we've robbed them of their children, let's head up to the 3rd floor.
All right.
Robitussin.
Robitussin.
Don't choke. Well, as you move up across the galleries, as they move from frescoes of the lower planes, the fires of hell, and the depths of the abyss, into the elemental planes of air and earth, water and fire, up to the 3rd level, where frescoes of the earth and the world are painted, and then into the 4th and 5th, where there are images of the celestial heavens above. You come to the place where the bells are hung high above. Now, 3 of them have been cut off. 3 of the massive bells have come crashing down. And all throughout the damage from the falling bells is quite evident. But there are many smaller bells that are hung all in place. And they're all connected through ropes and chains to what looked like overhanging clockwork and machinery above. As you climb the various levels around the clock face, on the outside of the clock tower is the massive planar clock, the orreries and the discs that all bear the markings that show the time and the location of the planes. And so whenever you go across that front part of the clock tower, that face, there's all the machinery and the other sides of that on the inside of the tower. The rest are just galleries. And as you get up to the very top level where the belfry is, there is a ladder in one of the corners leading up to a trapdoor above. And you can, and as you can see that the trapdoor has been closed, but the ladder is still in place.
Before we delve into the ruins again, a big thank you to Axe and Shield for providing us with the awesome gaming accessories we use, such as the awesome initiative tracker here, and to Tabletop Audio for the great ambient music you're hearing, and finally 100 Years Boar for the amazing narration in our introduction video. If you're enjoying the stream and want to help support our work, check out our Patreon. You can find it by following the links below or at patreon.com/dungeon_dudes.
And there is an awesome contest going on right now between Adobe and Wizards of the Coast as a challenge for fans of D&D to create the next official monster for the game, the Terror of the Undermountain. You can use a free demo copy of Photoshop that you can download right now at summontheterror.com, and as well as a packet of assets that you can learn to Photoshop together to create your own monster. And if that wasn't cool enough, because I've been using it to kind of workshop like my own monster ideas, if you enter in the contest with your Frankenstein of a monster creation, you have a chance at winning $5,000, a chance to meet the Wizards of the Coast team, and you get your work featured as an unpainted miniature by WizKids, which is amazing. Like, the idea of seeing one of my monsters sculpted as a miniature is super cool.
That's so cool.
Yeah. So there's an awesome collection of assets. So you can see that at summontheterror.com. Check it out because the contest ends really soon in just the next couple days. So, as we delve back into the ruins, before we took the break, you had all ventured into the clock tower with a massive battle fought across multiple levels in the clock tower between you and a gang of harpies. You managed to slay all of them except one. While Morgan, Natasha, Sarah, Gretchen, and Karen all lay dead at the bottom of the clock tower, Regina has managed to get away. Or was it Gretchen that got away?
No, Gretchen and Regina both died.
Karen got away.
Was it Karen that
I think
got
it was
away?
Karen that got away. Yeah.
I think
Karen-
I think I stabbed Karen when she tried to crawl
Yes,
away.
no, Karen got... Yes, Karen tried to crawl away. I get all these mean girls confused. We'll say Gretchen managed to get away.
Okay,
Good, I like Gretchen.
we'll get to kill her.
After
She's the
dropping a
nicest
bell
of
on
mean
you.
girls.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, there's that.
And so you now stand below a trapdoor to the machine works on your way to the upper levels of the clock tower. The door is closed.
I'm definitely grabbing a potion before I go up because I was like, that battle is as nasty as the last one that I had, except for I didn't kill any harpies last time.
Upon inspection of the situation here in the clock tower, it turns out that maybe my method of talking to people doesn't work very well. So maybe this time I won't go walking in and asking to speak to them.
You know what? I don't want you to get dampered because you are my herald, and I want you to feel like you can loosen your tongue in any of these situations.
Do you want me to walk in there and announce you? The great Pluto Jackson has cometh. I can do that.
Great's kind of an understatement.
The average Pluto Jackson.
No, you're going the wrong way.
Oh,
Let's-
like in between or like higher?
Maybe you can come up with another descriptive word, like the
The sultry.
oh.
I don't know about that.
The handsome.
As we debate how to is the floor, because all the other tiers, the going up, it's all open. So is this closed? Like,
Yes. Essentially, above this level, the bells all hang down, and there's a series of gears and mechanical a series of gears and machinery that are coming down out of the floor above. It's a wooden set of rafters, and then all of this is the implementation to pull and mechanically operate all the bells. So there's several rows of bells. There's the 4 spots where the big ones were once held. Several of the bells have collapsed down because they were cut down or fell down. Many of the rafters that were holding them up, the beams, have been broken, but the floor above is still intact.
Where do you think the Gretchen went? I want to look. Could she have gotten out?
Chat has corrected us. It is Natasha.
Oh,
Natasha's
thank
alive.
you, chat. Thank you.
Thank you, chat.
They pay more attention than we do. Too many names.
Where could Natasha have gone? Would she have gone up this?
The
Is there
only place
openings?
that she could have gone, unless she's hiding somewhere, maybe inside one of the bells, would be up through the trapdoor.
Yeah. Harpies are more known for flying away than, hiding and coming out. So I would say she's gone up, but
How heavy is the door?
The trapdoor, it's a lattice. It's a wooden trapdoor with a metallic lattice through it. As you inspect it, you can see that some of the gears and machinery, some of them are trying to turn and crank in place, making these awful grinding noises, these snapping noises, as if they're trying to turn, but there's things jammed in place, or a gear is turning, but its partner gear isn't there. It's like the clock tower is still trying to work, even though it isn't. It's been like this ever since you can remember, Veo.
yeah, it's nothing new.
Do you like sleep in here with all this grinding and noise and?
Yeah, I mean, it's either the grinding or if I'm out and about, it's the wailing of monsters and death. So I'd take the grinding over that.
This is such a horrible place.
Veo,
This is our new hut.
Is there a chance that this trapdoor is like a trap door?
I can mage hand.
I mean, if there are harpies waiting above there, I wouldn't worry too much other than that.
You guys,
Mm-hmm.
get ready,
'Kay.
and I will mage hand open the door,
Get my bow
and
ready.
I will announce the entry of Pluto Jackson.
Let's do it.
Okay,
Right.
you mage hand the door open, it flies open with a crash, and then you can hear this, as you do, it pushes up, and you hear this crashing noise of, that sounds like a bunch of pots and pans being knocked over, and followed by a, ah!
Announcing the humble Pluto Jackson.
Thank you, Harold. And I'm gonna climb up the ladder.
Okay. You climb up the ladder into a display of mechanical mayhem. You can see several great machines in this room. The various counterweights and gears, massive pillars of machinery that reach from this level all the way up to the ceiling, which is 30 feet overhead. As you come up from the trapdoor, there's another ladder that has been pushed and snapped in half, leading up to another trapdoor above, 30 feet in the air. This room, though, is filled with machinery, as I said before. But not only that, in the center of the room is a large circular dais, roughly 20 feet in diameter. And it looks like almost a clock face, but it is several different runes and arcane markings and various arcane crystals, notably not delirium, have been laid and inset around it, and it forms like a big clock face in the center. But each of the quadrants of it are marked like a great wheel, and each one bears a rune of a different plane of existence. And then on the inside, there's another realm of planes that have been marked. And then in the final part is the world, with the sun and the moon rotating around it to notate the time. Standing right in front of it is a obelisk, which is softly glowing with a red light, and almost like it's trying to start up, like it starts to glow, and you can hear this humming over the clockwork, and it goes, and you can feel the pulse of this magical energy radiate through the room. And each time it does so, every time it starts to build up, some of the gears try to turn, and then when it gives out, it stops, and the gears stop again. And the next time it tries to do that again, it gives out. That would be the weirdest sight in the room were it not for the creatures here. For scattering about the room, carrying tools, hammers, and wrenches and other strange implements, are 7 very strange-looking creatures. 4 of them look like big metal balls, about 2 feet in diameter, with long, spindly legs and arms that are almost impossibly small coming out of them. And the spheres all have these kind of mechanical little wings on their backs, and they flitter from bits of machinery to the others. Each of them has a single large eye, and most of them have a set of monocles that are interlocking in front of them as they flit from one piece of machinery to the other, kind of picking up pieces of gears and moving them to another place. And as they do so, there are 3 others, each of them that looks like a block, 2 blocks connected by an accordion in the center, also with these long spindly arms. And the face of one of the blocks almost looks like it's covered with flesh on the inside. The metal balls also have like a flesh-like mouth that's surrounded by rivets. And all of them are barking. The boxy ones are yelling at the sphery ones. But as they yell, you can hear them yelling, 001, 10, 0001, 0000, and they start ringing off these zeros and ones in rapid succession as they order these spheres around, who are very stressfully picking up blocks. And in the center of the room, just to the side of the obelisk, is a 3rd creature that looks like it was alive once. It is shaped like a triangular pyramid, but it is scorched and burned, and its eye socket is completely burned out. It looks like it had a face on each side of the pyramid, but its eyes have exploded, and its arm is outstretched to touch the obelisk, but the whole form of it is completely scorched through. And as the rest of them all try to make sense of what they're doing, the boxy ones ordering around the sphery ones, trying to rebuild this thing in a chaotic manner.
Did they notice me?
They only notice you as they try to walk past you. And when you're in their way, they stop, and one of them waits for you patiently, like it's kind of like tapping in place as you're in its way.
I gotta step out of its way.
And then it rushes right forward.
I pop my head up.
Guys, it's weird, but it's safe.
I forgot about these guys. They've been here for a couple months now, you know? Generally, if I don't get in their way, they don't get in mine, so...
You knew about these guys?
Yeah, they just kind of do their thing, and...
I pop my head into the room, and I'm just, like, looking around in awe of this scene. This is incredible. What are they working on? Are they trying to fix the clock? I actually, Sebastian climbs into the room and starts, like, following them around, like, just staring at them and studying them and, like, watching their movements and observing where they're going and what they're doing.
Each of them moves with machine-like precision, and they all make little whirring sounds as they move. And once in a while, they'll turn to one of the other and say 01, 00, 111, 001, and they'll list like a string of zeros and ones, and then nod at each other and either reply with 0, 1, and then go back to their work.
Sebastian's like taking notes and writing down sequences of zeros and ones, not understanding what it means, but he's incredibly fascinated with this scene.
Their mouths move so quickly when they're saying the zeros and ones, and they can say it's almost, they slur their words together, but you can see that they're latching on to every single word. It's almost like ticking when they speak very, very quickly.
Does it look like they're making progress with their work? Or are they repeating the same steps? Or are they...
How long do you want to observe them?
At least 10 minutes.
Okay. You want to watch them for that long?
Actually,
we do have
We have
harpies
harpies to kill.
to deal with.
Okay.
We can always
Sebastian's-
come back.
Sebastian wants to do that, but I'm just Kelly's letting you know.
Trust me, they've been working like this for months. Like they're probably not going to stop anytime soon. So, I would say that would be something we could come back to and observe.
Okay. Well, we got to fix. Let's fix this ladder problem.
Have you ever touched this obelisk?
Have I ever touched it? No.
Did that guy try to touch it? The pyramid guy? I have so many questions.
Can't say. I mean,
Excuse me, circular fellow.
I typically don't try to go near.
0, 1,
Have you ever
Clone
touched this
obelisk.
obelisk?
0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0.
Don't touch the obelisk,
No,
guys.
I don't touch glowing obelisks. It's just a thing.
Oh, I
of
love
mine.
touching glowing obelisks.
Oh.
Okay, fine. We have a job to do. I'm coming back here, and I'm having a conversation with all of you about your workflow.
0, 1.
There's
What if we,
7 of them, right?
Yes. 4 sphere-like ones and 3 cube-like ones. And it looks like there was another that was a triangular pyramid, but he is very dead.
And I just say, as we start towards, keep going, dopey, bashful, sneezy, sleepy, happy, grumpy, and the one with all the zeros, you're Doc. All right.
1.
All right, we'll head up this ladder.
The ladder's been split in half.
Yeah, we
Can we
gotta
repair this ladder?
If only somebody had a.
solve the ladder problem.
If only I had taken the mending spell. If only somebody had a grappling hook.
Oh, I do. But the thing's closed.
Okay.
Now, so when you explain the ladder being broken, is it a ladder that's separate from the trapdoor that's broken, or is it like half of a ladder hanging from the top?
It's half of a ladder is hanging from the top. It's one of those ladders that like cellar type ladders that would have pulled down,
Oh.
and it looks like it was pulled down and broken in halfway in the bottom part of the ladder.
So we just
hanging
can't
down.
reach it from the ground.
So,
I can mage hand open the door.
well, hold on. Before we mage hand open it,
Um,
how about I go up with my grapple shot, and tie a rope.
Yeah.
And then you can climb up the rope.
Then we can
the
at
rest
least
of
get to the
ladder.
bottom of the ladder.
That's good.
Okay.
Okay, I'll go grapple and pull myself up. Like,
Okay. So you grapple up. You fire the grapple shot. It hits the trapdoor, pulls you up.
mhm.
There's very little purchase to hold on to here. So give me an acrobatics check to hang on to place.
And I get
I'm gonna do one of
disadvantage 'cause
those
I'm still
firemen,
exhausted.
Getting ready to catch Veo.
14.
if
So
she
you're
falls.
you're able to land on one of the rafters up above, and you can tie off a rope and lower it down for the others.
Lower my rope.
Pluto,
Hmm.
you hoist me up. I start climbing onto Pluto's back, and
I'm tired. My legs hurt.
they do. It's been a very long
So the
time.
trapdoor is still closed. So how are you going to open this up? How are you going to do this?
All right.
Oh, right. I'm like hanging on the rope.
Mhm.
Do we need to open that trapdoor?
I mean,
I'm ready for combat.
You're hanging on to me.
I'm standing on your shoulders.
am I
and
at the
hanging
top
onto
of the
rope.
ladder? Like, kind of hanging on to, like, the very tip?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I can push it
And
open.
you know,
but-
Veo, that this trapdoor leads to the Eyrie, which
Mhm.
is the highest level of the clock tower.
This is where my room is.
And possibly more harpies.
Probably. Like, guaranteed more harpies.
Now, do we have to take the trapdoor?
Is there another entrance?
Is
There
there?
are
gonna go
more
outside.
stained glass windows. Several of them are broken. So you could climb out, but climbing out and over the clock tower and up through would mean a 150-foot fall.
Sounds way cooler.
Yeah, only if we fall.
Yeah.
Only if you fall. Yes.
I mean, yeah, I'm still pretty exhausted right now, so that probably wouldn't be best. But like,
I
I
mean-
do have a climbing speed, so I can climb. But
I mean,
Still
the
gonna be
main
big
problem
up.
is like going through the trap.
Yeah, Veo, with
door.
your climb speed and the grapple gun, you could definitely make that climb. It's a question of what these two are capable of.
Well, what I like is maybe Veo taking a quick peek-a-rooney.
through the windows up top,
See if there's anything waiting for us on the other side of the said trapdoor.
stealthy scout mission.
I could do that, and then
you feel comfortable with that?
potentially, I don't know if you guys can hear me. How am I going to signal you?
Pork chops.
Just yell pork chops, and like make a distraction on the other side so you can come up through.
Oh, you know what? Drop a pebble down the side of the mountain. Like drop a rock.
Are you gonna see it?
Like drop it and hit it like on the edge of the. Like I was thinking, if you climbed out on the edge, we could even tie a rope off to you, so then if you fall, I can catch you.
Okay.
And then you can give like 2 tugs for go and 1 tug for no.
Okay. Yeah, we can do that.
2 tugs mean go, 1 tug mean no.
2 tugs go, 1 tug no. Okay.
Okay.
Let's do it. So I like start to like climb out the window.
So you smash a little bit of the stained glass.
Oh.
Looks like a stained glass portrait of Saint Teresa. Smash now. And are you gonna fire the grapple gun or are you gonna climb?
Do I see anywhere where I can get purchased with the grapple gun?
There's some rough stone gargoyles that you could probably fire it around. Yes.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay. So you fire the grapple gun. It goes up to the base of one of the gargoyles hanging at the next level up,
Mm-hmm.
and you climb and it reels it back up.
Mm-hmm.
You're now at the base of the stained glass window looking into the next level.
Okay. Can I see into the window?
You can, because there's this is one of the windows that has several holes in it that your pigeons used to use to fly in and out.
My pigeons! Oh. Okay. So I look into the window as much as I can in the corner, so that way if anything's kind of watching, they don't really see much.
Okay. You look into the Eerie level. This high level of the clock tower also has high stained glass windows in high arches.
Mm-hmm.
And it's characterized by 2 lofts that are up at the top of pillars. One of the lofts that you used to use is your bedroom. The lower level is strewn with a collection of the supplies, furniture, and other knickknacks that you'd gathered here, including several of the large bird cages that you'd use to keep your pigeons. You can see that many of your pigeons are still there. They're locked inside. But patrolling around some of the pigeons are these large, rooster-like mutant birds. They have no feathers except the feathers on their wings. They're bald, and they have frilled, stony protrusions on their heads. There's 2 of them that are kind of looking around the pigeons and squawking, and it looks like one of them might be eating one of the pigeons. And you can hear 2 voices screeching at each other and screaming. It sounds like 2 harpy-like voices up on one of the loft levels that are yelling and screeching at each other back and forth in the harpies' language.
And
you can't see them from the window because of the way the lofts are.
Mm-hmm.
You're actually at the window that's underneath one of the lofts, so the base level of the loft is right below you. You're literally at the window that's underneath your bed.
Yeah. Do I see the trapdoor from here?
You do, yes.
And if they were to come up, what would see them?
What would see them?
The 2 guys.
If these 2 voices that you hear are on your bed level,
Mm-hmm.
your bed was positioned right above the trapdoor, so that if someone was coming right up it, you could shoot them in the face.
Huh.
From above. Yeah. So, like, you could just lean out over your bed and fire right down.
I take the
Has she said it's safe yet? Is it safe?
I tug once on the rope.
Once was go, right?
Yeah, totally.
No! Once was no.
Once was no. 2 tugs mean go. 1 tug mean I do the rhyme in my head about 4 times before I get it. And I look at Sebastian.
So we don't go.
No.
Do you want to slide this setup to the side and I'll bring the uppermost level?
Mm-hmm.
Slide it over and let's bring up the camera so all of our friends can see. Okay.
That's my bed.
You are
Underneath
here.
the window, yeah. And then the whole rooftop here rises all the way up to a dome, and then there's a great statue of one of the angels on top. So you know that that there's the stained glass windows in the archways. right? And then you remember that there's a ladder on the opposite side that leads up to the loft, and then you'd set a ladder across, which is still in place. And you suspect that the red dot and Natasha might be talking up on your bed level. You can hear their voices screeching back and forth at each other, almost like bird calls. You can make out broken words of common. It says, "It's the cat! She's come back! She's come back! What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do?" And the red dot, you recognize the voice. She says, "You girls are pathetic. You couldn't even bag a cat and 2 ugly men. When they come up here, I'm going to melt their faces."
Okay. How far up am I? Like, could I climb back down?
You could, yes.
Okay. I'm gonna slowly climb back down to the window where you guys are and say, "So, here's the situation. Definitely a no-go because as soon as we go up there, the red dot's gonna melt your faces off. It's probably not the best way. I'm wondering, though, if I climb up, if we can go through one of the stained windows underneath."
I mean, we're only 150 feet above the ground. What could go wrong?
But I think if we can tie off a rope, and then you can potentially do like ice climber kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, who here is bad at climbing?
Hmm.
You're bad at climbing?
I mean, alternatively, what I can try to do is make a
athletics.
distraction and potentially lead them away from the trapdoor. As long as you guys are willing to come up it.
So I was also down for, after you explain the situation, I could after you make the distraction first, I could burst through the trapdoor. But I'm also down to climb.
Or
I like the
even,
idea of
could
climbing.
you come up and make the distraction with like mage hand or something like that, or an illusion?
I can make an illusion.
Oh, that would be cool.
You want me to climb with you and...
Yeah, so if I go up to the top, climb up, hold the rope while you climb.
I'm not afraid of heights.
Ooh,
Why?
Okay.
ooh.
Or even just like tie the rope around your waist so that way
Let's
you
just
don't
tie it
fall.
to the obelisk.
Sounds...
No.
This sounds so good. Sebastian
No.
loves it. Sebastian's happy.
Okay.
What if we tie the rope off
Okay.
at this level, at the level below? That way, if you do end up falling, it's gonna hurt, probably, but at least you won't fall down 150 feet.
Well, if
And then once you get up there, you
if
just
she
have to-
ties the rope to the upper window, then, I mean, if I fall, I just can keep climbing up
Yeah,
to that
true.
window. I think that works. Yeah, that works.
We can always tie another rope around you at the bottom while you climb up that rope just in case you fall. Like, we can double rope in this situation.
I mean, the more ropes, the better for
Should-
me.
should-
I mean, I don't really need them, but
And do you guys need to do anything else to prepare before you take this on? Like, how are your hit points and other abilities?
I took a potion before
I'm fine.
coming
I'm gonna
through
take
to
a
the
potion.
robots.
Okay.
So should we all climb, or do you want me to go through the
I
door?
think you should go through the door after we make the distraction, and we can kind of burst through the glass.
What's the distraction? How do I know the
Pork
distraction?
chops?
Okay.
And what is your distraction going to be?
I'm going to, once I climb up there gracefully, I will create a minor illusion of Veo
Cool.
perched.
On what? Where?
Probably like right in
I
this
would say
kind of...
down.
Oh,
like on
like
the
down
opposite
here?
side, yeah.
Ooh, one of the opposite windows.
The other,
Like have her pop up.
it's either that, or I would say, can you do some like a tapping noise on the opposite window, like away
I can either do it a sound or a visual.
for visual? But if it's visual, are they gonna? Because if they're up, are they gonna see it, or would a tapping noise draw their attention?
You could
better?
even do like a cat noise.
Or the sound of breaking glass on the opposite window.
yeah.
As if somebody's coming in, and then they will be alerted to that.
and then we can sneak in.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna climb. I'm gonna get on the ladder again.
And get
Okay.
ready to like push out.
I'm gonna sit at the edge, and I'm gonna listen against the trapdoor for pork chops.
Pork chops.
Okay.
And Sebastian has this moment where, as Veo ties the rope off, and I tie the rope around myself, and I step out onto the ledge and look down. Oh my god, this is so high up. This is really high
Yeah,
up.
Before
it's
you guys
really high
go,
up. You look down. It's a beautiful sight, though. You can see the entire city, and as you look out to the south, you can see out across the Duran River. You can see the crater, and your eyes go wide because you can't see the bottom of the crater.
I am
It's like a
mesmerized and
giant
terrified.
hole in the middle of the city.
Scary.
like piercing through to the.
And as I'm staring at it
core.
in like a mesmerized horror, I come back to and like almost like stumble a bit and kind of grab the rope. I can do this. And I start Batmaning
Okay,
up.
make an athletics check.
You can do it.
Are you sure?
I believe.
I get a 2.
Okay.
That's a roll of a 3 -1.
So you immediately go out and you slip, and the rope catches you, and you fall, and you feel it like you think you might have broken one of your ribs as you slide downwards, and you take 9 points of bludgeoning damage, and you're now 30 feet below in the lower level.
Can I start to pull him up?
Yeah, give
Okay.
me a strength check with
Oh.
disadvantage because you're exhausted.
Oh.
I'm just twiddling my thumbs as I listen against the trapdoor.
3.
You try to pull him, and he's too heavy. You're too tired. You're trying your best, and you actually feel your grip slip. Give me a dexterity saving throw.
The rope is tied off.
I know it's tied off, but you
Okay.
guys can still fall. Not a full way.
15.
Okay, you managed to stay in place. So Sebastian, you're now hanging down, and Veo's trying to pull you up, but she's just not strong enough to do it.
I'm not strength.
Did I see him fall? Did I see
You
him
would
in
have
the
heard
distance?
him. You would have heard him because he landed in the side of the building with a crack
And a yelp.
and a yelp. And in this moment, you hear a voice on the other side of the trapdoor say, "Did you hear that?" What are you gonna do?
Can I? This is... No. No, I can't. I've already answered my own question.
How far does your spell go?
Well, I was going to say, like, can I minor illusion just a blue sky so that when they look out... But no, I don't think I can fake
You need like
invisibility.
Mirage Arcane for that.
How far does the spell go, though?
What, minor illusion?
It's
Yeah.
a 5
30,
foot cube.
30 feet. And I'm
And
30 feet below where I started.
Oh.
I'm hanging there with a broken rib, and I might need a potion now. As a matter of fact, I pop a potion. And I'm just hanging there, dangling, drinking a potion.
Okay. Do you want to try climbing back up a little bit? You can drink the potion. That's fine. Do you want to continue climb back up? You can climb 15 feet back up.
I make one more attempt to climb up.
Okay. Give me a strength, an athletics check.
That's a 5.
That's all you need to climb a knotted rope up the side of this.
So do I get back to where I start, like the window?
No,
I
you're still
start-
15 feet down.
Oh God,
Can I
Pluto,
then
what are you
help
gonna
him
do?
Again?
Yeah, you can try to help him again.
Okay.
I'm
With
so tired.
disadvantage, though, right?
I'll wait.
Yeah.
Strength?
Yep.
5.
You try to pull him, but you're just
You're like
not
tugging
you're
on
ju-
me, and I'm like,
just
no.
you're not strong enough to pull him up and keep yourself up.
I'm sleepy.
I'm like clinging to the wall, exhausted.
Okay.
Ugh.
Pluto, you can. Veo, what do you want to do right now? Oh, you wanted to help him, Pluto. You can hear this going on.
I'm waiting for pork chops.
Okay.
Standing fast.
Can we continue to try to get you up?
Yep.
Okay.
Sebastian, you can spend your movement to climb back up.
There you go.
There we go. That's a 12.
Okay. You climb. You spend your movement to climb, you want to spend your action to continue climbing? Or do you want to do something else?
I'm back at the window now,
Yes,
right?
you are. Yeah.
I get there and I'm like, I made it. And then I look and I just see Pluto and I'm like, damn it.
Oh, you're still only there.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I call up to Veo. I'm like, am I still climbing? Okay,
But quietly.
I breathe in deep and I try to climb
Okay.
further. I get a 3.
Okay. You breathe in deep. You climb as best you can, but you make no progress.
I can't do it. I
what?
don't like this
You know
anymore.
what? I'm gonna do something else. So while
I want to go home.
Well,
I'm
I just
checking my
motion you
sundial.
to go down. Like I'm just like, go down to the trapdoor and wait for the signal.
Thank you. I'm sorry. I'm not good at climbing.
Um,
I go back in the window and untie the rope, and defeated, I walk back to Pluto.
I look at you and I'm like,
Okay.
heights, man. Heights.
tradesies? Are we
instead-
tradesies?
Yes. Can you cast minor illusion?
I am just like, all right, boys, get ready, and I take my crossbow and I shoot across to the other stained glass window through the hole in the window that I'm at.
Okay.
Nice.
At this stage, I will have you all roll for initiative.
Great job, everyone.
Oh, okay. I got an 8. An 8.
That was incredible. I like how you climb back up. I did it.
I look up and see
You survived. That's what you did. I'm so happy that you're not dead.
I had to take a potion.
Okay. Veo,
8.
Sebastian,
8. Veo can go first.
You got an 8 too? Oh,
Pluto,
16.
see, I rolled a 2 and I get you 6. You rolled a 6 finish. Oh, 4. I don't know. Math right now.
This plan is going flawlessly. I'm
Okay.
so excited for this combat.
So the cockatrice will go last. Then
Ooh, I like that
Sebastian.
name.
We have a 3-way tie, so I'm going to do Sebastian, the harpies, Veo,
Oh my
the red dot,
gosh.
Pluto.
Ah,
Okay. So Pluto, you're going to just so she's fired the shot,
Yeah.
and they're set off. At this
Does
stage,
she yell pork chops?
pork chops.
okay. So at this stage, I'm going to say no one's got surprise. Everyone's expecting a fight.
Cool.
That's just the signal for you guys to start your attack. They've been waiting for something like this to happen. They heard all that mess outside. Pluto,
Sorry.
what are you going to do?
I'm going to burst through the trapdoor
Okay.
and
So you barge out through the trapdoor, place yourself on the trapdoor. I'm going to say
Ta-da!
opening the trapdoor costs you 10 feet of movement.
okay.
Okay.
What do I see?
You see, right above you, perched on the edge of Veo's loft, is a fiery-haired, red-winged harpy woman. She is perched over the edge, and she has a javelin in her hand. And the javelin is crackling with electrical energy, like she's poised to throw it straight down
At me.
at you. Fortunately, though, this has set her off, so she doesn't have a prepared action. But she's gonna do it on her turn.
I'm going to run underneath the...
And the other harpy's there. That's Natasha. So you burst through the trapdoor, leave the trapdoor open. It's still open.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep.
And then I'm going to, if anything,
So you see the two cockatrice, Natasha, and the red dot.
can I use my action to hide?
All both the cockatrice have line of sight to everywhere down here, so there's nothing that you can
Okay.
hide behind.
Then I'm going to use my action to dodge.
Okay. The red dot. She says, "Come back here, manling." And she flies over on top of the windows over there. And as she flies over, you can see as she flies around, she is winking in and out of space, like she's flying in a blur.
Uh-oh.
And her wings are kicking up all this dust, and her position kind of shifts and glitches out of space until she perches there on the opposite corner. And she eyes at you, and as all this forms around, it's almost like a cloud of herself, and you can see her eyes begin to glow bright red, and coming out of her eyes are two beams of fire.
No!
That streak towards you.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
And she gets a 8, a 15, and an 8 to hit with her scorching rays.
I do like a tippy toe dance, and I dodge out of the way of all of them.
Okay.
Except the last one I take with the shield.
Okay. And she sees you dodge out of the way, and then she flies back on top of the bed.
And I
you're
yell, pork chops.
Veo, you're on the. You can see Veo on the opposite side of the window.
Is
What do you
there a ledge outside?
Not much of one. It's what you're kind of perched on right now.
Okay.
Were you coming up through the trapdoor, or were you on the window?
I'm on the window.
Yeah, you're on the window.
Can I see the other harpy from my current position?
Barely. She's got 3/4 cover.
Okay. Then I am going to use my my feline agility, and what I want to do is I want to kind of like barrel roll through the glass window
Okay.
so I can get a better line of sight on her.
Okay.
So I like kind of like roll through, glass splashing everywhere.
Yeah. Glass shatters everywhere as you
And they roll through, and I have my longbow in hand, and I take my shots at her.
Okay.
First shot. 9.
It bounces off the edge of the base of the loft.
Take my second shot at her. My dread ambusher, and I get a 16.
The arrow hits Natasha square in the throat. How much damage is this going to deal? Minimum?
Too
Minimum
much.
14.
He only has the 2 hit points left from before. So what happens?
I want to get her right in the throat, so I don't hear her squawking as she dies.
Yeah, there's not even a squawk. There's just a low... And
Yes.
it goes straight through her throat, and she flies off the loft and lands on the ground with a low thud. Would you like to do anything else?
I want to go back out to the ledge that I came from, out on the window,
Okay.
because I want to get out of this room.
Okay. So Natasha is finally slain. Okay. Sebastian, you're up.
Sebastian pops through the door
Okay.
with a broken rib, and he's sad.
It's going to cost you all your movement.
I can't see the red dot from here, can I?
No.
Okay. But I burst through, and I come face to face, kind of leering over top of the open hatch. I see this
Cockatrice.
disgusting-looking chicken creature,
Yeah.
and I
With
just
his
like
leathery wings.
I pop up and I go ew, and then I cast a firebolt at it,
Okay.
which is my immediate reaction to seeing ugly chickens. Yeah, ew, burn. I get 13.
That's enough. It hits.
Woo!
Yeah.
For 1 damage.
Oh no.
It is lightly singed.
You burned his eyebrows off.
Take that, foul beast.
Okay.
His leathery
Nice.
eyebrows.
The cockatrice.
Oh no.
The cockatrice, one flies towards Pluto, and the other leaps at Sebastian. Sebastian, because you're on the other side of the trapdoor, I'm going to give you cover, so it's going to be +2 AC. So the cockatrice attacks you with its bite, getting a 18 to hit.
I cast shield.
Okay. The other gets a 13. It gets a 13 to hit you, Pluto.
Okay, misses.
As it bites down on part of your shield turns to stone
Ah!
at the cockatrice's bite.
Ah! I'm gonna repost it.
Okay.
Oh, I get a 8.
That is a miss.
Oh, boo.
Boo. Okay,
So don't let it bite you.
we go to the top of the round with Pluto.
Smash that thing in the face.
I do that.
Good.
12.
That's enough.
Yeah, for 9 damage.
Nice.
And I'm going to hit it with my shield
Squawk!
to drive it away for 23.
Okay, you push it away. We go to the red dot. Let's see this. Of Veo and Pluto. She takes her javelin of lightning and she throws it in a line towards you, and it turns into a bolt of lightning, and the two of you need to make dexterity saving throws.
Veo's on the ledge.
Is that still with my disadvantage or no?
It's a saving throw, so
Nice. That's a 20.
26.
Not as nice.
You're not wrong.
okay, what do you got?
4.
You fail. And you take 20 lightning damage. And Veo, you take 10.
10?
Yeah. And as the lightning bolt crashes out, zap! It then flies right back to her hand, and she grasps onto it.
That hurt. I'm pretty bloody.
Okay, and then she flies right back up, straight up onto the loft. Veo, you're up.
Okay.
Still lightning crackling through your body, and you can see Polito's just like twitching somewhat.
You can see my skeleton.
I'm going to use my Zephyr Strike to give me some extra movement. And again, I'm going to come forward out of the window. I'd say beside the trapdoor for now.
Okay.
And I'm going to take a shot at the red dot.
Okay. She is under the effect of a blur spell, so you do so with disadvantage.
So I get neutral because of my Zephyr Strike.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Take a shot. 15.
That hits.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you see just her fluttering and red eyes all distracting. You're like, ah, red dot. But you land the shot.
Yeah. Okay, so that's 22 damage.
Oh.
Yes.
Try to hit the red dot.
She succeeds your concentration check on blur, though.
Okay, and then I run all the way through to the other side.
The shot leaves her bloodied.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice shot.
I want to run underneath this thing right
Okay.
here.
You got it.
As far as I can go.
Alrighty.
I get 60 feet of movement.
Nice.
All right. Sebastian, you're up, sir.
I'm going to cast web at the red dot.
Awesome.
And I'm
Yes.
also going to use my meta magic to quicken that spell.
Okay. So you quicken the web. Strands of sticky webs get shot out onto the loft level. And I believe she makes the saving throw at the start of her turn? Or is it immediately? Starts its turn. So at the start of her turn. Yeah.
And since I quicken that, I'm going to then once again blast this cockatrice in front of me with a firebolt.
Okay.
$16.
That hits.
Light her up.
4.
There you go. There you go.
Every little bit helps.
Nice, nice, nice.
Picking away at it.
Okay.
Cockatrice?
The cockatrice. The cockatrice continues to leap and over the trapdoor and attack you, Sebastian. Getting a 19 to hit. And Pluto gets a 13 against you.
It's still hammering up my shit.
I'm gonna use shield again.
Okay,
Surprise.
you block it with your shield. More chips of stone shield fly off your shield,
Oh no.
Pluto.
You have to be
Okay.
bad to fix it, Sebastian.
We go to the top of the round with Pluto.
Okay, I'm just gonna keep hammering this thing. Or do I? Yeah, I got to.
Okay,
23
that hits.
to hit for 8 damage,
It is bloodied.
and then I'm gonna slam it again.
Okay,
But this time I'm gonna try to knock it prone for another 23.
it is knocked prone. So as it flies up to you, you slap it in the side and barrel it to the ground with your shield, laying it flat out. And anything else, Pluto?
Ooh. Like shield slap that thing.
I'm going to action surge a greater healing potion.
Bold, bold use of action surge.
I don't want to
You
get
regain 20 hit points.
lightning.
Okay.
That's true.
I know. I'm scared.
Okay. The red dot is restrained by the webs.
Yes!
She is held in place. And as she thrashes against it, she will aim a firebolt with disadvantage against Sebastian, getting an 11 to hit.
No.
So from behind the spider webs, this blurred figure sends out a bolt of flame towards Sebastian, but it goes completely wide. We go to Veo.
All right, I'm gonna poke my head out a little bit, about 15 feet, and take a shot straight up.
Okay, so she's restrained, which cancel the disadvantage. So they cancel out. It's a regular shot. Because of the angle, though, I am going to give her cover.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
14.
That's a hit.
There it is.
20 damage.
She is extraordinarily wounded, but still alive.
All right, and I duck back. underneath.
Okay,
Nice.
Sebastian, you're up, sir. And she loses her concentration on Blur.
Yes.
So you see this moment as she gasps out and cries in pain from the shot of Veo's crossbow. You see the blurred images all merge back into each other, and she's restrained against the webs and thrashing against them.
As I'm pushing the door up against this cockatrice who's still trying to nip at me, I look up at her. I'm like, "Hey, red dot, those webs are flammable," and I'm gonna cast firebolt onto the webs around her.
Onto the webs around her or
like,
at her?
At her, but
Okay.
also like setting the webs ablaze.
Okay.
Ooh.
Because the blur's gone.
You have advantage.
Although am I in close combat with?
Yeah, so that cancels each other. It's an even
Okay.
shot. Yep.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
That's a 25.
It's a hit.
I do 9 damage.
Kill the dog.
You kill the red dot. What happens?
Yeah.
So
You have caught the red dot.
I shoot the firebolt, and it kind of just catches the webbing around her, and she starts screaming as it just like cooks her. And then by the time the webbing all is
Burn the
gone,
witch.
all that's left is like a charred skeleton of a harpy.
Gross.
Nice.
You're burning the chicken. Take it out of the oven.
Okay.
It's
Meanwhile,
a little overcooked.
anything else you'd like to do?
Um,
Because we still have a pair of cockatrices.
Can I? This is so mean. With me now burning her to death, and I'm struggling with this cockatrice. Can I like duck back down and close the?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll give the cockatrice an opportunity attack with disadvantage,
Okay.
which turns a crit into a 17.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay, it's 3 damage, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
$10.
You are restrained as you begin to turn to stone.
And like, so as I'm like going in, it bites
Yeah.
my hand and my arm
Yeah.
starts to turn to stone.
Uh-oh.
Oh no. Oh
Uh-oh.
god.
Yep, you're starting to turn to stone. We go to the top of the round with Pluto.
So I see that.
Mhm.
No! I'm going to finish this cockatrice. Cockatrice?
Mhm.
Cockadoodle-doo. One more precision strike for 13.
That hits.
No, sorry, 12.
That hits.
12 for 13 damage.
You bisect the cockatrice.
Yes, and I'm going to run to the door and stand on top of the closed door. It's closed, right?
Yeah, it is.
With me underneath it?
Yeah.
Turning into stone?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Well.
And you're gripping on the top of the ladder, turning into stone. That's gonna be funny.
Uh-oh.
How
So
can we
funny.
save you from this?
I get it.
I don't know.
I'm just going to make sure that he doesn't get any more bites on you. Don't worry.
Okay.
I mean, worry a little.
Veo, you're up.
I take a shot at the cockatrice.
Okay.
13?
That hits.
Shield and not use shield.
Shield, if I didn't have the bonus to AC, I don't think it would have.
22
Oh, okay.
damage.
It would have tied, right?
It is slain. You shoot down the last
Nice.
cockatrice.
I
Is my
open the
hand-
hatch.
Is my hand still stone?
And then I run over to the latch and I open it up.
Yeah, we're going to open the hatch.
Okay.
Ah!
All right, Sebastian, it's your turn.
Run me over to the latch.
Okay. What are you going to do? You're
Uh,
turning to stone. At the end of your turn, you'll have to make the saving throw. You are restrained in place.
Like holding
Alright.
onto the latch?
Yeah, like basically, he came down the ladder and his two hands turned to stone. So like his one hand is gripped on the on the ledge, turning to stone, and he can't move it from that place.
Is
What
it
do you-
just the one hand or both hands?
You can still do you can do everything normally that you need to do, but you are restrained.
Can we say it's just one hand?
Yeah.
Cool. Because if need be, I might have to blow my hand off.
Well, the rest of your body is also turning to stone too.
I assume it's starting at the hand. That's why I'm asking, like,
Yeah.
is it spreading?
It is, and it's like coming out from your feet and like parts of your face as well.
Oh, no. So I can't blast. Oh, there's no... Okay.
Oh, I like you were going to do like a zombie moment, like cut
Yeah.
it off.
Do you
Yeah.
want to blow your own arm off?
Well, it depends. I was gonna assess my situation. If it looked like it was spreading down my arm, I was going to. If I failed my next save, I was potentially going to blow my arm off.
Bold
but-
move.
Hold on. What do I do?
Do we know how to stop people?
I don't know how to
from
stop
stone?
this. Hold on.
You could just
Okay, wait. My knowledge of just magic in general. Do I know what is happening to me? Do I know
Are you trained in Arcana?
I am?
Okay. You know that the cockatrice's petrification is reversible. It only lasts 24 hours.
Oh, okay. Well then, yeah, I won't.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
The more
can I-
pertinent danger is that if you turn to stone and this ladder isn't strong enough to hold your petrified form, then some bad things might happen.
Am I able to open the latch back up?
Yeah.
Okay, I open it, so I come back into the room screaming, attached to the door,
Mhm.
and I roll onto the floor, and I'm like, guys, we might need to stay up here for a while if this doesn't go well.
Okay. And just so everyone knows, I'm not being nice. The Monster Manual cockatrice petrification really does end after 24 hours.
Ooh.
Yeah. Because I see some people in chat accusing me of being nice, but we'll see. We'll see about that. Okay.
So I roll onto the floor so that I know I'm in a safe position.
Well,
where
you
I can-
can't because you're restrained. So
Oh.
yeah, so you're stuck here. Yeah. Right.
So
You're
we can get
restrained.
you
You're stuck on this space. Like one of these two would have to use their to try to grab you.
I think Pluto, you got the next one. So
Pluto, I need you to put me in a safe place.
Okay.
I need to be in a safe place.
Nothing else you want to do? No one casting spells? Do anything? You got nothing in the tank? You got nothing?
What am I cast darkness? I don't know.
don't
cast Okay. darkness
No, I'm not going to.
illusion your hands that they're normal to help
Okay.
you calm down.
Let's roll this saving throw.
It's a Constitution?
Yeah.
That's a 21.
You don't become petrified.
Ah.
You shave it off.
Like stare at your hands. You're like, don't turn to stone.
You willed it away.
Yeah.
I just like, and like it goes away. And I'm like,
In the last moment, you're like, it gets a little bit worse. And you're like, oh, I'm just going to blow my arm off.
yeah,
And you raise
see
your
me. You see me like holding like a firebolt ready to like blast my arm off, and then it starts to go away, and I'm like, oh, thank God. Oh,
That would have been a good moment to have a dice cam, just to show
you
that
the-
we could prove to stream that we rolled it out.
Oh,
But
you did good. You're
yeah,
all
you did good. You got it.
I do have a very high con save. I don't know why I was freaking out. Well, I mean, I was turning into stone. Guys, I had it covered the whole time. Good job. We killed that red dot, and not a thing happened to any of us. Well, when we tell stories about this, can we leave out the petrification part?
I don't know.
Did you say that you were petrified with fear?
I was petrified with...
I like how the little
Petrification.
cockroach just bit you as you were going.
Yeah, I'm just like, and I'm gone. And then it like nipped my hand, and I'm like, oh no, oh no.
Well, the red dot is slain. The harpies have been purged. Their cockatrice pets destroyed.
How are my pigeons?
Your pigeons, a few of them have been eaten, but your prize pigeons still live.
Yes. Yes, Pesto, Bobby, and Squid. My lovelies.
Things are in disarray, especially on the other loft level because Sebastian webbed it and then burned it. But you look out onto from the stained glass windows, seeing the whole lay of the city. All of Drakkenheim is laid out in front of you. You can see the Mage Tower, the castle, the crater, St. Selena's, the Grand Cathedral, the river, everything. You have the lay of the land. High above the haze, you can still, the interesting thing is from the top, the haze makes it difficult to see the lower parts of the city and the city streets themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So only the highest buildings kind of pop up over top of the haze, but this lets you see the landmarks in the city walls, the river itself. It's a fantastic vantage point, and this is a safe place to take a long rest.
Yay.
I imagine us standing at like one of the broken stained glass windows, and like I come forward rubbing my hand, and like we're all kind of licking our wounds, well maybe just me, and hanging out there looking out at the sunset on another day in this.
There's
Well,
no
is there a
sun.
sunset?
There's no sun.
The possible sunset.
No, there's rain. A little bit of rain starts coming in. Actually.
I walk to the window and I'm like, the sun sets on another day, maybe.
And as you do, Sebastian, there's a ping in your mind, and a familiar voice reaches out. It's River. Hey, aren't we supposed to meet soon? Let me know.
How?
It's a sending spell. I'll let you decide what your response is next time.
Cool.
Yeah.
Right before we start to look at the sunset, there's one thing that I need to check and make sure is here.
Yeah.
So I actually rush up. I climb up one of these pillars to get to my bed, and I'm kind of like looking through my sheets. I kind of tear open the chest that's at the end of the bed up there, and I find my most prized possession in the world, which is my father's badge from when he was part of the kind of elite of the city.
It is indeed still there.
Yes.
It's a little demoralizing because it's pretty obvious that the red dot has been sleeping in your bed for the past several weeks. And there are bird droppings and nests. Like, she's kind of turned it into a nest. It's really disgusting. All of her makeup is everywhere. All of her things. Like, she was reading some trashy magazines. But it is home.
Yes. I'm gonna have allergies for weeks sleeping in this bed, but
Do you want me to just burn the bed?
no. I'll change the sheets. It's okay. I'm sure I can find something.
Cleansing fire.
But I'm
All
just
right.
I'm so glad that I found my father's badge, because it was the one thing I have left of him in the world, to remember him by and to like hold that memory. So I'm glad I found it.
Yeah. Do you tell these two about it?
Yeah. So, really, to be honest, guys, the reason I really wanted this place back is to find this piece, this badge that was my father's. And it's really, really means something to me because it's the only thing I have left from him. It's really, mysterious but amazing. So thank you so much for helping me get this back.
Not a problem at all. No,
Yeah, it's a piece of cake.
Piece of cake.
We got you.
I've never even asked you, like, where's your father?
And I Veo gets super serious. Just like, I haven't seen him since the day the star fell from the sky. He's the one thing I've been searching for this whole time. He's the reason, actually, I stayed in Drakkenheim, because I know he wouldn't leave here without me, but I know he's not dead. He's here somewhere, and I have to find him. He's the only family I have. But nobody's heard from him in 15 years.
You believe he's alive?
He's alive. I would know if he wasn't alive. He is alive.
Then I say we help you find him.
That would be amazing.
We can find him, Veo.
I've been searching for 15 years to find him, and I haven't, so any help would be amazing.
You just so happen to be talking to Sebastian Crowe, bounty hunter and mage slayer. I have a knack for tracking people down who don't want to be found.
Awesome.
There are a few magical things that you have found. Your father's badge is magical. It has some potent protective powers, and in fact, if you want to wear it, it functions as an amulet of health.
Oh.
And so whoever wears this badge has their constitution score set to 19.
Ooh.
And the other thing is the red dot's magical spear, a javelin of lightning. Scattered about as well, I will have each of you roll me a D100.
$45.
45. And Pluto, what did you get?
85.
85. And Sebastian?
63.
Okay. So you find a potion of healing, a potion of climbing,
Oh, that could have been handy.
and
That's why they kept it up here.
and a spell scroll of mage armor. In addition, the red dot has accumulated quite a bit of treasure
Ooh.
and gold, and you find 235 gold pieces in various coinage and a few small gemstones collected amongst several bones that have piled up. It looks like they've eaten several passers-by.
So it's how much? 200 and...
35.
We'll divvy it up. I mean, I'll take the healing potion, because I feel like one of you could do with climbing. I don't really need it.
I'm pretty good without it.
I'll take the potion of climbing.
You're never going to be caught in that situation again.
I say courageously, and I scoop it out of your hands, and I'm
Not
like,
that you need it.
Not that I need it, but just in case I need it. I like your clock tower, but I never want to be on the outside of it again. On the outside walls. You know what I mean. Anyway.
And with your defeat of the red dot and the claiming of the clock tower, you've all advanced to level 5.
Woo!
Yeah.
Congratulations. So what we will do is we will wrap up here for this evening. We will have you all level up, and at the start of next week we will decide what your next course of action will be. However, we have to let everyone know that we will not be live next week. We're going to skip a week. We're taking a week off. We got some work stuff. We got some real life stuff in the way, so we're going to skip 1 week, and we will be back at you not next week, but the week after, which I believe is November 27th or 26th. 27th. So we will be back November 27th with Dungeons of Drakkenheim. In the meantime, our regular YouTube episodes will still be airing, but we're just taking the next week off because a few of us are starting to come down with some colds, starting to have some work stuff in the way, but we'll be continuing on from here on out. I want to give a really big thank you, first of all, to all of you in chat for bearing with the technical difficulties at the start of the night, but also a big thank you to our cast, Kelly, Jill, and Joe, and Kyle for managing things behind the scenes, and his quick decision-making and problem-solving as we worked out all the tech difficulties. And a huge thank you to our producer as well, Clayton, for helping to manage things behind the scenes.
If you're enjoying this stream and want to help support our work, check out our Patreon. You can find it by following the links below or at patreon.com/dungeon_dudes.
Kelly and I post new videos every Thursday on our YouTube channel where we cover everything Dungeons & Dragons, including advice for Dungeon Masters and guides for players. You'll also find prior episodes of Dungeons of Drakkenheim available for your viewing there too. So we have new episodes of the latest episode of our stream is always available every Friday, and new episodes from Kelly and I are every Thursday. This week we've got part 2 of our Combat Tactics for Players series, where we're looking at creative options for combat.
And tonight's game session featured music by Tabletop Audio.
The narration for the introduction was performed by 100 Years Boar, so thank you very much for that.
And our game accessories were generously provided by Axe and Shield. So thank you, Axe and Shield, and everybody should check out his stuff. He makes amazing gear to improve your tabletop games.
We used terrain and tiles by Dwarven Forge, and our miniatures were purchased through Hero Forge and WizKids, the official D&D miniatures lines. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time in the Dungeons of Drakkenheim.